Have you ever wondered why even after getting a full 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you still wake up feeling drained, foggy, and stiff? The culprit might not be age, but something familiar sitting quietly in your bedroom. You'll be surprised to learn that everyday items like electric blankets, Wi-Fi routers, or plug-in air fresheners, things you trust to bring comfort, could actually be silently creating invisible waves that disrupt your heart rhythm memory and your body's ability to truly recover as you sleep. Stay with me until the end of this video. You'll discover 3 simple yet powerful solutions to transform your bedroom into a true healing space, a sanctuary where your body can rest deeply, your mind can find calm, and you can wake each morning feeling clear, strong, and energized. Did you know that your bedroom, the very place you trust for rest and recovery, might actually be quietly harming your health every single night? Especially if you're over 65, this isn't just a frightening idea. It's a real and growing concern that could be affecting your sleep memory and even your heart without you realizing it. You've done everything right, eating well, taking your medications on time, staying active. But why do you still wake up feeling exhausted, foggy, or achy? Could the cause be lurking just inches from your head? In this video, I'll walk you through one of the hidden sources of radiation in your bedroom, sources that may be silently weakening your body night after night. More importantly, I'll share with you simple steps you can take right now to reclaim deep healing sleep. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from and what time is it where you are? Leave me a comment below. It means a lot to me that you're spending these few moments with me today. And if you find this content helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on upcoming health tips created just for you. Your bedroom should be the safest space in your home, a sanctuary where your body can rest, heal, and recharge for a new day. But for many older adults, particularly those over 65, there's an invisible threat sitting quietly right by their bed. It doesn't hum, it doesn't flash, and it doesn't emit any obvious light yet. It could be sabotaging your sleep each night. Can you guess what it is? It's that digital alarm clock you've probably trusted for years. Most digital clocks, especially those that plug directly into the wall, give off something called electromagnetic fields, or EMFs. These fields are invisible to the naked eye, but are constantly being emitted as long as the device is powered on. When your clock sits just 6 to 12 inches from your head, as is common for those who keep it on the nightstand, the exposure is constant and concentrated right near your brain. Your brain, nervous system, and immune system stay under low-level stress without you realizing it. And as we age, our cells lose some of their natural ability to repair damage, making seniors more vulnerable to environmental stressors like EMFs compared to younger people. Instead of resting and recovering, your body ends up working overtime to protect and repair itself all night long. Have you ever asked yourself why you wake up groggy, heavy-eyed, or even with a headache? Despite getting a full night's sleep, why do your mornings begin with that mental fog or heaviness behind your eyes? Many brush it off as a normal part of aging. But what if the solution is far simpler and easier than you thought? Let me share the story of Evelyn, a retired teacher from Oregon. At 73, she followed all the right habits, going to bed early, steering clear of caffeine, even practicing meditation before bed. Yet she kept waking up as if she hadn't slept at all. She struggled with headaches, restless nights, and constant fatigue despite doctors finding nothing wrong. One day she read an article about EMFs in bedrooms and decided to take a closer look. To her surprise, she found that her trusty digital clock had been sitting just a foot from her head for nearly 5 years. As a small experiment, she swapped it out for a simple battery-powered analog clock and placed it at the far end of her dresser. The change was remarkable. Within 4 nights, she slept soundly without waking up, her headaches vanished, and the mental fog lifted. It felt like a curtain had been pulled back, she told her daughter. I hadn't realized how long I'd been living under a cloud. Science is starting to back up experiences like Evelyn's. Studies have shown that EMF exposure during sleep can disrupt melatonin production. Melatonin isn't just your sleep hormone, it's a powerful antioxidant that helps support immune health. When melatonin levels drop, you don't just sleep poorly, your body also loses a key defense against disease and inflammation. So what can you do? The simplest first step is to replace your digital clock with a battery-powered or wind-up model. These work just as well and produce no electromagnetic radiation. And if you must use a digital clock, be sure to place it as far away from your bed as possible. Imagine this a simple change, like placing a device more than 6 feet away from your bed could make a world of difference for your health, especially as you age. Often we tend to overlook small details, but sometimes these minor adjustments lead to the greatest improvements. Your body is constantly trying to talk to you through signs like fatigue, headaches, or restless nights. The cause isn't always something inside you. Sometimes it's just inches away, casting a soft glow through the night without you even noticing. By creating a calmer, low-stress sleep environment, you're giving your body exactly what it needs to repair and rejuvenate. And when you finally get that deep healing rest, you'll find everything from preparing breakfast to recalling names feels so much easier. You deserve sleep that truly restores you. Why not take that simple step tonight and let your body enjoy the rest it's been craving? For many seniors, the bedroom is meant to be a peaceful retreat, a place to escape the noise and pressures of daily life. But what if that very space of calm was hiding something silent, invisible, and powerful enough to disturb your memory, your heart rhythm, and your sleep? That might sound dramatic, but more and more studies are proving what older adults are beginning to sense. Wi-Fi routers and wireless gadgets could be quietly affecting your brain and body through the night. If you're over 60, the impact may be even stronger because your body's natural defenses aren't as resilient as they once were. Did you know your body has a hidden protector called the blood-brain barrier? Picture it as a filter guarding your brain from harmful substances that circulate in your blood. But as we age, this protective barrier grows weaker, more permeable, and less able to block toxins and disturbances from reaching delicate brain tissue. Now imagine adding the constant exposure of pulsing radio frequency waves from a Wi-Fi router operating day and night just a few feet from your bed. The risk shifts from theoretical to very real, especially during deep sleep, when your body is at its most vulnerable. Have you ever woken up groggy, foggy-headed, or emotionally drained even after going to bed early? This isn't always just aging. Sometimes it's your brain's way of signaling that something is interfering with its nighttime repair work. Let me tell you about Stanley, a 71-year-old retired engineer from Michigan. He loved technology, always staying up to date with the latest gadgets. His Wi-Fi router sat right on his bedroom dresser, only about 8 feet from where he slept. He enjoyed being connected at all times, even while sleeping, and never thought twice about it. But gradually his memory began slipping. He'd misplace his keys, mix up appointments, and tell the same stories to his wife without realizing it. On top of that, he started feeling odd flutters in his chest and bouts of dizziness that worried his family. After a battery of tests found no serious heart issues, his cardiologist asked one surprising question. "Where's your router at night?" That single question changed everything. Stanley decided to move the router to the farthest corner of his house down in his home office. He even plugged it into a simple outlet timer so it would switch off automatically at 11 p.m. and turn back on at 7 a.m. Within just 3 weeks, his sleep noticeably improved. The heart flutters stopped, his memory felt sharper, and his wife noticed that he was more alert at breakfast. He even remembered neighbors' names again. When Stanley returned for a follow-up, his cognitive test scores had increased by nearly 30%. So what's the takeaway? Even a small passive device like a Wi-Fi router can have a surprisingly large effect on a senior's well-being if placed in the wrong spot. The good news is the solution is simple. You don't have to give up your modern conveniences. You just need to let technology work with your body, not against it. If your router is currently in or near your bedroom, try moving it to another floor, or at least as far from your bed as possible. And if moving it isn't practical, consider using an outlet timer so it powers down while you sleep. Your body will thank you for it. Consider this, you don't actually need Wi-Fi streaming through your home all night long while you're fast asleep. So why not set up a simple outlet timer to automatically power down your router during those hours of rest? It's a small adjustment, but it can make a meaningful difference, particularly in your bedroom where your body should be safest. And if you're open to it, why not take it a step further and switch to a wired Ethernet connection? Not only does this cut down on unnecessary radiation exposure, but it also offers a steadier, more reliable internet connection, especially handy if you work remotely or enjoy regular video chats with your loved ones. At this stage in life, those small decisions matter more than ever. Sleep memory, heart health, each depends on giving your body the right environment to heal and thrive. Every night, your body is hard at work, even while you rest. It's repairing, restoring, and shielding you from the wear and tear of daily life. But imagine trying to do all that while being surrounded by invisible disruptive signals for 8 straight hours. By simply relocating your Wi-Fi router or setting it to power off at bedtime, you're creating the calm and quiet your brain has been yearning for, the peace it needs to truly mend. And what do you get in return? You might wake up to brighter mornings, sharper thinking, and a steadier, more comfortable heartbeat. Sometimes the path to better health isn't another prescription or another doctor's visit. Sometimes it's as simple as reconsidering what sits quietly by your bed each night. Now let's think about another element of the bedroom that many of us find comforting: a gentle, pleasant scent that makes the space feel fresh, clean, and serene. For many older adults, especially those living alone, maintaining a home that smells inviting becomes part of their daily routine, a small ritual that brings comfort at the end of the day. But here's a question worth asking. What if that soft, soothing scent was actually doing your body more harm than good? What if that familiar fragrance was interfering with your lungs, your sleep, and even your daytime energy? It might be time to take a closer look at something as seemingly harmless as a plug-in air freshener. Electric air fresheners are incredibly common, found in countless homes because they are easy to use, affordable, and promise weeks of fragrance with little to no upkeep. But what often goes unnoticed is that these devices do more than just release a pleasant smell. While they're plugged in, they emit a continuous flow of electromagnetic radiation, yes, EMFs, into your living space. At the same time, they release volatile organic compounds, VOCs, microscopic particles, that float through the air and can irritate the lungs, particularly when breathed in for hours during sleep. This creates a double challenge for your body: steady exposure to EMFs plus the slow accumulation of synthetic chemicals in the air you breathe. For seniors, this burden weighs even heavier. As we age, our lung capacity naturally decreases, and our airways grow more sensitive to irritants that younger lungs might shrug off without trouble. And older lungs take longer to recover, so even mild everyday toxins can lead to ongoing inflammation, persistent cough, or trouble breathing over time. Take the story of Virginia, a 77-year-old widow living in Florida. She took great pride in keeping her home tidy and welcoming, using plug-in air fresheners in almost every room, including right by her bed. The calming scent of lavender at night brought her comfort. But as the months passed, Virginia began to notice a dry, scratchy throat and a nagging cough that simply wouldn't go away. At first, she blamed the changes on seasonal allergies or shifting weather. She tried everything: over-the-counter cough syrups, warm herbal teas, even adding a humidifier to her bedroom. But nothing seemed to ease the discomfort. Then, during a week-long visit to her daughter's home where no air fresheners were used, Virginia noticed something remarkable. Her cough gradually faded, her breathing felt smoother, and she awoke without that tight, uncomfortable feeling in her chest. When she returned home, her daughter gently suggested removing the plug-in fresheners from the bedroom and other living areas. Though Virginia was hesitant at first, after all, she had relied on them for years, she agreed. Together, they placed small bowls of baking soda around the house to absorb odors and added a few cotton balls with essential oil far from her bed on the dresser. The result: within just a few days, Virginia's breathing eased again. She woke up feeling more refreshed, less congested, and even noticed she was falling into deeper, more restful sleep. Her pulmonologist was pleasantly surprised by how quickly her lung function improved after years of chronic irritation. Most importantly, Virginia felt a renewed sense of control over her health and home. She had taken a simple step that brought real change. Today's scientific studies confirm that electric air fresheners can emit not just fragrance, but chemicals like VOCs that can negatively impact respiratory health, especially for older adults. Substances like formaldehyde, benzene, and phthalates are often released into the air by plug-in air fresheners, chemicals well known for irritating the respiratory system. When present in higher concentrations, these substances can contribute to long-term health concerns. Now imagine this happening at night when your breathing naturally slows and deepens during sleep. This gives these harmful particles more time to settle in your lungs and pass into your bloodstream, silently impacting your health. And when you add the constant low-level electromagnetic fields, EMFs, emitted by these devices, the combined effect on seniors becomes even more serious. So what's a safer path forward? Begin by simply unplugging all electric air fresheners from your sleeping area. especially if they're anywhere near your head while you rest. Then explore gentler alternatives. A bowl of baking soda placed quietly in a corner works wonders. It absorbs unwanted odors without adding anything harmful to the air. If you enjoy a hint of fragrance, why not try a few drops of natural essential oils like lavender or cedar on a cotton ball positioned across the room from your bed? Even dried herbs or flowers tucked inside a breathable fabric sachet can give your space a soft, soothing aroma without releasing chemicals or EMFs. The goal is simple. Let your bedroom return to what it should be, a space where the air is clean, the environment is peaceful, and your body can truly unwind without disturbance. You don't have to sacrifice comfort or a fresh-smelling home to protect your lungs and safeguard your sleep. All it takes is a bit of awareness about what surrounds you during those vital hours of rest. Because at this stage of life, every breath truly matters. Every night of deep, uninterrupted sleep makes a difference. And often the most meaningful changes come from small, thoughtful choices like reconsidering what you choose to plug in next to your bed. Now picture this on a cold winter night. Few things feel as inviting as slipping between warm sheets. For seniors, especially those living in chilly regions or dealing with joint discomfort, an electric blanket or heating pad can seem like the perfect solution. It offers immediate warmth, soothes achy joints, and creates that cozy feeling that helps ease you into restful sleep. But here's a question worth asking. What if that very warmth was quietly working against your health night after night without you even realizing it? Electric blankets and plug-in heating pads generate heat by sending small electrical currents through thin wires woven into the fabric. While these currents create the cozy warmth you love, they also produce an electromagnetic field, an EMF, that envelopes your body as you sleep. Unlike other household gadgets that might sit several feet away, an electric blanket lies right against your body, draped over your chest, abdomen, legs. This means for hours each night, your body is bathed in low-level radiation, precisely when your cells should be resting, repairing, and rejuvenating. For younger people, the body might tolerate this exposure without clear, immediate effects. But for seniors, especially those over 65, the story can be quite different. As we age, the body's ability to manage inflammation becomes less efficient. Prolonged exposure to EMFs during sleep may quietly stimulate the release of stress molecules, sparking low-grade inflammation. Over time, this can worsen arthritis, disturb heart rhythms, and interfere with the deep healing sleep your body craves. Let me share the experience of Dorothy, a 75-year-old retired nurse from Minnesota. In her town, winters are long and brutally cold. For years, Dorothy relied on her electric blanket to make it through those icy nights. She used it faithfully every evening, keeping it on low heat until morning. The warmth helped her fall asleep, but over time, she started noticing unwelcome changes. Her joints felt stiffer in the mornings, even though she'd been warm all night. She began waking up with odd muscle aches and unsettling heart palpitations. At first, she chalked it up to aging or the harsh winter or everyday stress. But after reading an article about the link between EMF exposure and sleep disruption, she decided to try something different just as a test. Dorothy swapped her electric blanket for a thick down comforter. She layered her bed with flannel sheets and added a wool mattress pad for extra insulation. On especially cold nights, she placed a hot water bottle at her feet or pre-warmed the bed with a rice-filled heating pack from the microwave. Within 3 weeks, she was amazed at the difference. Her joint discomfort eased, the palpitations stopped, and she reported sleeping more deeply than she had in months. Modern research supports what Dorothy discovered firsthand. Studies in environmental health now confirm that prolonged EMF exposure, even at low levels, can interfere with the body's natural healing processes, particularly during sleep. Research from the Environmental Health Institute shows something quite striking. Prolonged exposure to EMFs during sleep may increase inflammatory markers in seniors by up to 35%. Now, this type of inflammation doesn't announce itself with sharp pain or immediate discomfort. Instead, it quietly chips away at your body's resilience, affecting everything from the ease of your joint movements to the steadiness of your heart. The constant, silent presence of EMFs against your body each night may not seem like much at first, but over time it builds up. So what can you do if you still long for cozy warmth on those chilly winter nights? The good news is there are safer, just as comfortable alternatives. Consider natural materials like wool down or flannel. These fabrics do a wonderful job of trapping body heat helping you stay snug without relying on devices that emit EMFs. For an added touch of comfort, why not pre-warm your bed with a classic hot water bottle or a microwave-safe heating pad filled with rice or flaxseed? These options provide gentle, soothing warmth without the risk that comes with electrical currents flowing near your body all night long. And if you do feel the need to use an electric blanket or heating pad, think about switching it on only before you get into bed, then unplugging it before you drift off to sleep. That way you give your body what it craves, most cozy warmth when it matters, and a clean, quiet environment to rest, restore, and heal through the night. As we age, the balance between comfort and protection becomes more vital than ever. Your body is already working hard to keep you steady on your feet, mobile, and mentally sharp. The small choices you make in your nighttime routine choices that might seem insignificant at first can actually have a ripple effect on how you feel come morning. Sometimes the most caring thing you can do for yourself isn't adding more layers of comfort. It's gently removing what no longer serves your well-being. So tonight, as you pull up the covers, ask yourself, is this warmth coming from a source that nurtures, or one that may be quietly undermining your health? Your body deserves the kind of sleep that doesn't just help you make it through the night, it restores, repairs, and strengthens you for the day ahead. And the best part, you have the power to create that healing environment starting right now. As we grow older, our relationship with comfort begins to shift. Have you noticed how the cold seems to bite a little harder these days? How muscles that used to stay loose now tense up more easily? What was once a mild chill can now keep you tossing and turning, unable to fall asleep. That's why for so many seniors, an electric blanket or heating pad becomes a nightly companion, a source of warmth and relief that feels like an absolute necessity during long, cold nights. But have you ever paused to wonder, could that comfort be coming at a hidden cost? Could it be adding an invisible layer of stress to your body night after night, right when you expect to be healing? It's something that isn't often talked about yet. More scientists are voicing concerns. You see, electric blankets and heating pads don't just generate heat, they also produce low-frequency electromagnetic fields, EMFs that surround your body as long as they're turned on. These EMFs are a type of non-ionizing radiation. While far weaker than something like X-rays or microwaves, their steady presence right up against your skin can still interact with your body's internal systems. And the concern grows when the exposure is long-lasting, close to the body, and happens during those precious hours of sleep when your cells are working their hardest to heal and rebuild. For seniors whose bodies are already more prone to inflammation and oxidative stress, this kind of exposure can quietly nudge the body toward imbalance. You might not even realize it at first. Perhaps you wake with achy joints, a stiff hip, or a racing heart that calms down as the day goes on. These symptoms can easily be mistaken for the ordinary aches and pains of aging. But sometimes they're signals that your body isn't getting the restful quiet it truly needs at night. That was the case for Dorothy, a 75-year-old retiree from Minnesota. Dorothy felt the difference. The stiffness in her joints eased. The strange heart flutter subsided. And night after night, she slept more soundly and woke feeling more refreshed than she had in months. Within just 3 weeks of switching to natural bedding and giving up electric heat, Dorothy noticed a remarkable transformation. Her sleep became deeper and more restorative. The troubling palpitations faded away. Her joints felt looser, less stiff, and for the first time in many months, she woke up feeling clear-headed, refreshed, and strong. Scientists today have a clearer understanding of why this happens. They've discovered that ongoing exposure to EMFs, especially when the entire body is surrounded by these fields, as is the case with electric blankets, can increase the levels of inflammatory cytokines. These are chemical messengers that signal the immune system to respond and defend the body. But when these signals stay elevated for too long, they can quietly create a low-grade chronic inflammation that lingers throughout the body. This hidden inflammation can be one of the silent forces driving age-related challenges. Stiff joints, unshakable fatigue, and strain on the cardiovascular system. It's not that electric blankets themselves are inherently harmful. They aren't dangerous by design. The problem rises in how we use them and how often. 8 hours a night wrapped in electromagnetic fields might seem harmless at first glance. But for an older body that craves true deep repair during sleep, this invisible stressor can quietly get in the way. It saps energy that should be used for healing, adding another unseen burden during those critical hours of rest. So what can you do to stay warm and safe? The solution is simpler than you might think. Natural fabrics, wool, flannel, fleece hold heat beautifully without needing to be plugged in. If you're looking for extra coziness, a classic hot water bottle or a microwave-warmed rice pad offers soothing warmth, all without the radiation. And if you prefer using an electric blanket, consider turning it off as soon as the bed feels comfortably warm. Let your body enjoy the night without the hum of EMFs in the background. Sometimes the most powerful act of self-care isn't about adding more. It's about gently taking away what no longer supports your well-being. By creating a sleep space that's warm, soft, and free of unnecessary interference, you gift your body what it needs most, a chance to restore, repair, and renew. Because restful sleep isn't a luxury as we age, it's nature's medicine, and you deserve every drop of it. As the years go by, our bodies don't just become more sensitive to illness or injury, they also become more attuned to hidden stressors in our environment. And surprisingly, many of these stressors aren't lurking outside your home. They're sitting quietly right next to your bed. Digital alarm clocks, Wi-Fi routers, plug-in air fresheners, charging phones, electric blankets, they all seem harmless. Yet these everyday items emit waves of energy that your body can sense, especially at night when it's working hard to heal. These invisible forces can subtly interfere with sleep quality, heart rhythm, memory, and even the health of your joints. Why are seniors more vulnerable? Because the body's repair systems slow down with age. The cells take longer to recover. Sleep tends to grow lighter, and any added strain, even from something as small as a bedside device, can tip the balance, leading to more fatigue, stiffness, or forgetfulness in the morning. But here's the uplifting part. You don't need to fear your bedroom. You simply need to rethink how it supports you. A single small change, like moving your phone a little farther away or unplugging your Wi-Fi router at night, can bring deeper rest. Even the choice of what you plug in can grant your mind and body the quiet it's been yearning for. Because every night is another opportunity to heal. And your body even now knows how, if you allow it the peaceful space it needs. You've come this far in life with strength, resilience, and wisdom. Now it's time to let your bedroom environment and bed environment honor that journey. Create a space filled with calm, clean energy, the kind you truly deserve. Thank you for spending these moments with me today. I hope this message has helped you see your bedroom in a new light, as a place of true peace, quiet, and healing. Sometimes it's the smallest objects that leave the biggest mark on how we sleep, how we think, and how we greet each new day. But with a few gentle changes, you can create a room that nurtures your body and safeguards the rest you so richly deserve. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever kept any of these items in your bedroom? What's one small change you feel ready to make tonight? Share in the comments below. Or if this video gave you a fresh perspective or a bit of encouragement, simply write the word hope. If you found these insights helpful, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another health tip designed with you in mind. And if you know a friend or a loved one over 60, consider sharing this message. It might help them find more peaceful nights too. Until next time, may your nights be restful, your mornings bright, and your heart full of peace. Take care, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.